Okay, so I wanted to come in and share with you the 5 energetic disciplines that you need to be mastering in 2025 if you want to be catching up with the fast acceleration that the planet is going through right now, and in a way where you still feel in the driving seat, you still know how to support your energy and to keep on growing and evolving in a way that works for you too. So we want to be talking about that, and I want to share with you the 5 key things, but I also want to tell you a little bit more about why mastering those energetic disciplines feels really important. I see a lot of people really going through and experiencing some really basic conundrums around energetic practices and disciplines, around knowing how to navigate energy in a way that helps them in their lives, where they feel they can uh, be in the driving seat, and they have a say in the way things unfold in their lives. And it really bothers me to see that that's happening, knowing that energetics are so influential in our lives, and that there's a way on learning how to navigate those basic energetics. So everything around us is made of energy, so not knowing how to speak the language of energy kind of doesn't make any sense anymore, and we need to be making it a priority. Okay. Now, you might just say, so, okay, we're talking about basic conundrums. Why are we looking at mastering energy? I want you to understand that essentially mastering something is we master something when we repetitively and consistently practiced it. So when you understand basic energetics by doing it long enough, you're ending up mastering something. And that gives you the privilege and the position to really become second nature to you. So essentially, mastering something is when it becomes second nature and we understand it on a deep love level so that we can use it in a way to serve us. Okay? So let's talk about those 5 disciplines. What are they? Why do you need to be paying attention to them? Let's talk about the first thing. The first energetic thing that we need to all be doing is clearing our energy. Really clearing stuck, negative, low vibrational energy that is really making us feel stuck in our day to day, unable to make decisions that are going to serve us, and really kind of operating from a highest good and for a highest good. So when we feel our energy stuck, and when we feel that we are not able to do anything around to change it, or not taking the initiative to change it, essentially we're perpetuating that stuckness. When we start on an initial level, when we start clearing our energy, what essentially we start feeling a lot lighter, there's more relief, and from that place we're able to make better decisions. When we start mastering the clearing of our energy, when it becomes second nature, when it sort of becomes the norm, what gets to happen is not only we feel lighter, we start seeing more continuous changes in our life, because our reality starts to shift, because we're not identifying with that energy of stuckness and negativity. So our reality starts to shift, and we start in ways that starts to really surprise us and almost feel miraculous. So that is something that happens through consistency, not as a kind of like once here and there when crisis happens or where circumstances absolutely demand it. It has to become a thing where it becomes a priority for us to clear our energy, not just once every few months, but on a daily basis. So that's about clearing our energy, is the first one. The second energetic discipline you want to be mastering in 2025 is raising of your vibration. Raising of the vibration is the kind of a little bit of like the thing you do once you cleared your energy. You can't raise your vibration if you haven't cleared your energy. And the clearing of energy is a foundational thing. And the next thing is the raising of the vibration. When you raise your vibration, you're essentially telling yourself where you're going to be focused on the most, okay? You're taking more responsibility about where you place your thoughts, your energy, and what is of value and importance to you. There's more of a commitment to not identifying with the collective drama we see all around us, and a willingness to connect more with vibrations, people, circumstances, events, and environments, and collective energies, that actually also choose to vibrate from a place where we don't identify with the negative in the same way. We are, valuing seeing possibilities more through a heightened vibration. And we want to sort of stay in that place enough that there is that level of responsibility we take with it, right? So you might be working in an environment that feels negative, but you don't choose to constantly be a victim of that circumstance, right? So you either do something to change that, or you start to reframing the circumstances so that you are feeling a lot more positive about it or not as affected, or you start creating a bit of a protection space for you to not be bogged down by everything that's going on in the collective. So it's really where you take that deeper level of responsibility. And the raising of the vibration is very important. It pretty much coincides with the vibration, with the law, the universal law of energy shifts all the time. It's perpetually changing, so we need to be able to be in a position to also shift the vibration, right? Because energy around us changes all the time, and so do we. So the same needs to happen with us. We need to change, we need to shift as well. The third energetic discipline you want to be mastering in 2025 is being in the present. It is so easy when we don't get a result we want, when a party gets elected that we don't want, or circumstances going on in our lives that we don't enjoy. It's so easy to take that and look at the future and create this catastrophe from the basis of what's going on right now, to jump a bit too fast into the future, a future that doesn't even exist. The reality is that we only have the present moment. When we start working energetically with not projecting too much in the future and designing it through catastrophe, what can happen is that on a more kind of instantaneous level, we are kind of feeling a little bit more of a, we stop catastrophizing. So we're able to kind of like be more present, right? And feel a little bit lighter. But essentially, what tends to happen on a more consistent basis is that the space in our current reality, in our present moment, gets to expand, and we're able to see everything that navigates through it. If we live too much in the future, we're not able to appreciate what's really going on and to really see the space that we're in right now and what's available to us right now. So it's so much easier once that space opens up and expands, because it will expand when we live more in the present, to feel like we give ourselves the nourishment in the present that we need right now, not what we think we will need in the future. We're able to present solutions to current situations as opposed to future catastrophizing. And from that place, we're able to make decisions that really affect our life right here, right now. And to feel a lot better for it, right? It's a lot easier to feel naturally grateful when we're not living in the future, to feel naturally grateful about everything we have available right now. Our good health, our freedom, our ability to make choices and to choose well for ourselves, and to do it in a way that resonates with us right now, because we don't know what the future version of self will be. Now, and this is the interesting one, moving into the fourth one, as manifesting humans and as vibrational beings who have leadership qualities, it's understandable that there's a part of us that projects into the future, looks into the future. But what we want to be doing is we want to be creating vibrational bridges to a future that has positive outcomes, that holds that vision of possibility as opposed to lack, right? So you want to create vibrational bridges to possibility and not to lack. And this is where catastrophizing is not going to be useful. So if we have a tendency that needs to go, we need to find a way to end catastrophizing, because you're creating a vibrational bridge. Every time you indulge in that emotionally, mentally, you're designing a future possibility that is exactly the very thing you don't want. So if we're going to create a vibrational bridge into the future, let's make it a good one. Let's have it connected to possibility. Let's have it connected to more, to abundance, not to lack. And this is important because in the long term, as we get to master that, we get to see that affecting every aspect of our lives. If we just do it here and there, when we absolutely need to over a time of crisis, this is not enough to stick with us. We need to be able to work on that muscle of possibility a lot more, right? We need to really connect with it vibrationally through our thought patterns and our emotional pattern a lot more frequently. As that becomes more, it gets to be mastered, then it's a lot easier for us to connect with those possibilities. It becomes more natural. And that's the bit where a lot of people, kind of get a little bit bogged down, and they feel like they don't hold the vision long enough, and they end up getting tired to do so. And it's really exercising the muscle of creating the vibrational bridge through our own personal practice and really leaning into the energy of possibility over and over again, even if nothing around you is evident that that could be a possibility, right? You need to lean to it anyway, independent of the conditions around you. That's the hardest thing for people to get their head around. Like, why would I create it independent of conditions? Because that's complete escapism. It's not escapism. Your current vibration and reality and being knows that right now this is what's going on in the world. And what we're choosing to bring the vibration. That's what a vibrational leader does. You're essentially leaning into the vibrational possibility, and you step into that space, which brings us into the fifth and last discipline you want to be mastering. You want to be moving from faith into trust. You really need to be moving from faith into trust. What's the difference there? Well, faith is absolutely important for our humanity. We really need faith, and it tends to happen at moments of crisis, turning points, massive change, when something within us feels threatened. Faith is important because it places that kind of connection to the divine and says, like, I know you will deliver, right? The divine, God, higher source energy, whatever you want to call it. But we put that out there to source, right? However, with faith, the problem is that it's exhausting for our nervous system. It's not tangible enough, not as tangible as trust. When we step into trust, the vibration changes, it deepens, it's a lot more grounded. And it's essentially also giving us a little bit of vibrational responsibility as a deliberate co-creator, right? It says that I don't just wait for God to deliver when God is ready or when source energy believes it's divine timing. I know this divine timing, but I'm a deliberate co-creator, and I know and I trust that I can do this, that I have what it takes. And you keep on feeding into that, right? Which won't really survive. It won't happen if you don't clear your energy, if you don't raise your vibration, if you don't get to have a sense of the present and really be able to maximize your gratitude and everything that's going on in the present. You don't catastrophize. If you're not able to create a vibrational bridge to possibility, it's going to be very hard to move from faith into trust. And remember, your nervous system is really important. As a human being, you need to create a level of safety. And that safety, you can't live from that place. You can't build safety if you're constantly in a place of faith. You don't feel you can deliberately, co-creatively create with the universe, and you don't feel empowered in this way. So these are the five things that five energetic disciplines I absolutely think every single one of us should be mastering in 2025. And you can do now, you've got two options with this. You can take what I've given you here, you can dismantle it and work out, reverse engineer, and think, what can I create as processes to help me with that? What are some of the tasks and practices that can help me develop those things, become better and master this by myself? Or you can work with somebody that can help you with that, somebody who's already broken down those processes, tried and tested the process. They've already helped other people with them and in their own lives who went through the process, somebody like me, and really go deeper within them. This is what I do as part of my year-long Vibrational Alignment Academy. And the reason being is that I really truly believe that mastery takes time, and it takes a sacred, intentional space with a community of other people to do so intentionally rather than alone, to really deepen and connect in a way that they're gonna keep us accountable. They're gonna help us with those tools and the practices to go deeper and sort of like have that also like cheerleader when the going gets tough and we feel like we don't want to go back to the process. They're going to help us to do so. That's where I come in. Vibrational Alignment Academy also caters for around clearing your energy and raising your vibration. We have weekly, for a whole year, weekly energetic healings, clearings, activations, attunements, shamanic work. These are all very different things, right? Rewiring, belief rewiring, to really help clear what I believe and support you in what I believe to be the 4 types of core wounding we experience around our priestess, witch, priesthood wounds, around our self-worth wounds, around our wealth wounds, and around our creation wounds, creation and creativity. So we really address those on a very deep level throughout the whole year. If we don't do the clearing, anything we want to create becomes exceptionally difficult, and we don't see movement, right? We don't see that flow. It's very difficult when on our own energetic bodies we've created that level of stuckness through negativity and through conditioning and through mastering this way of living for so long. So we hold that space for you. We also go deeper into all the vibrational and alignment practices to help you become a deliberate co-creator. We break it down to quite a sort of in-depth level, so you know what those practices are and you know what to do in order to keep on working with those things. And of course, because this is a mentorship for everybody who's running a business or is looking at creating one, we bring also the strategy, we bring all the things that you need to implement on a very pragmatic level, so that it can take you to where you want to go in terms of your growth in your business. So we basically mix strategy with vibrational alignment and vibrational work and energetic clearing, so that this becomes a very powerful combination. What I see with a lot of people is that they went straight into the coaches for their business without having addressed primary issues around alignment and healing. And what I've seen happened is that they started there and they did all the like systems and everything. They failed to launch, they failed to flow. And that's because the business coaches, they're not really meant to, they don't really quite know how to help you come into alignment. That's the bit, the preliminary bit, and there's 3 stages to it. That's the bit that I help people with alongside the creation process, right? The creation process cannot really happen if we don't know how to do the vibrational work first in ourselves. If that feels it's calling you right now, please send me a message or comment below this video. I'd be very happy to connect with you. We can have a little bit of a deeper chat. And as I said, whatever you do for 2025, it's so imperative, it's so needed, so important that you don't put your energetic body into the back burner. It needs to be a focus, it needs to be a priority, because it's really what's going to lead you to accelerate, to grow, to transmute, and really be able to navigate as a deliberate co-creator what it's like to become a purposeful manifester, creator, and to grow in a way that is really going to be a lot more effortless, a lot more deliberate. So I hope this was useful for you. It's been lovely to connect, and I'll speak to you soon.